Steven Sims Jr. joining us now. Hey, I got to ask you, finally, we got to see you guys out on the field together. I mean, what's it like getting back with everybody at one place?
It's great being around everybody. A bunch of laughs, a bunch of playing around. But it's fun to be back out there working with the guys, and we're ready to go.
I mean, such a weird offseason. You guys go from being able to the end of the season to not seeing each other until now, minus a few little extra workouts. But, I mean, how have you kind of managed that with all of the Zooms and kind of just being disconnected a little bit from your teammates?
I mean, we pretty much, we kind of talk throughout the meetings with each other. Sometimes we'll go on break and then we'll get to, just guys will get to talking, joking around, clowning on each other, things like that, because we can't really be around each other, or we haven't been able to be around each other. But that's pretty much how we've, kept our group molded together. Dwayne, he called us once we got back in town. We ran a little routes with Dwayne. Some of the receivers we got together ran with the new guys, the younger guys that just came in. So I feel like that's how we molded well together, and we're ready to go.
Yeah, we saw that picture of you working with Haskins along with Harmon. I mean, gosh, it's sad to see him kind of go down. I know he was really working hard and anticipated. The guys were wanting him to be a big part of the offense going forward. And obviously Terry McLaurin as well. Kind of what did you get from those sessions of working with Haskins compared to kind of what you had with him last season, just getting those extra reps?
It was more. I feel it was more. We're going over plays. We're calling out the plays with the new system. We're calling out the plays, calling out the routes, things like that. Just kind of getting back into the football motion without being with, the coaches and things like that. And we handled it pretty well. We were having fun, and it was tough to see Kelvin go down, but we're gonna pick him up. We uplift him. I talk to him all the time. I'll shoot him a text, how you doing and stuff. So we just gonna have to ball for him. That's what he tells us. He just say, ball for me. That's more than enough for me.
Yeah, so you guys coming together as rookies, you get a good amount of playing time at the end of the season. I mean, you came in undrafted and you managed to find the end zone quite a few times. Is there a certain amount of recognition or anything that's come along with that?
Not really. I still feel I'm as the same as last year. Overlooked kind of guy. Just not a big name. Not everybody. Just a lot of buzz around me, but that's fine. That's how I like it. It keeps that chip on my shoulder. It keeps me going hard every day, going to work every day.
One of the things we got to see from you is kind of like how shifty you can be in the speed that you have, especially in that play, that rushing touchdown you had against the Patriots, 65 yards. Part of that, I know you and I would be talking last season as well in the locker room after games and during practices and stuff, like how you can be more involved in the offense. How do you see that from the early conversations that you've had, your role being going forward this season?
Oh, Coach definitely has me everywhere. Still doing a lot of motions, lining up inside, outside, single receiver. So my role is definitely increased this year, but I'm ready and I'm excited to see the future.
One of the things they say for kind of like a rookie coming in for yourself to kind of really get further along in that path and be, relied upon and get those extra carries is really paying attention to kind of the details. What does that mean to you?
Just knowing where to line up based off the ball. If it's left hash, right hash, just knowing where to line up. If I'm in the alley, I'm +2 outside the numbers, or I'm on an edge of the numbers, +2 outside the numbers, just things like that. The minor details that will get me open. If I'm lined up wrong, I might get the catch, but I might get hit as well when I could have been lined up a little more outside and I catch it, and now I have a chance to break away and score. So that's the big difference. And, when you focus on those details, and it picks up my play speed.
And one of the things we saw also last season as well, like you're kind of learning, it's like you're so anxious to kind of prove yourself, is just kind of knowing maybe when you've got enough and when to kind of fight for those extra yards. What would you say is one of the biggest lessons that you've learned from last season that you think is going to help you now?
Just slowing down, just not trying to rush for the big play, or, not trying to press for the big play. I remember last year, the second time we played the Eagles, I made a cut that I was trying to make the big play, but all I needed was the first down and we possibly win the game. So, that's one that haunted me all season, and I've been conscious of that, and I'm trying to apply that this year in my game this year.
Where's your comfort level heading into this year compared to last?
I feel I'm very comfortable out there. The guys, I feel like last year I kind of was just on the outer loop, like not like guys were not worried about me or whatever, but, I just feel like I was kind of just finding my role on the team, guys accepting me, guys respecting my game. And I feel like this year, I feel like I already have their respect. So now I just got to show them that I'm still that same guy and I have more in me than what they see.
Going into training camp, I remember talking with Adrian Peterson, and he said, you got to look out for Steven Sims Jr. And at that time, again, undrafted out of Houston, not many people had you on the radar, but myself and Brian Mitchell were like, okay, we're going to pay attention to what he's doing. Sure enough, Adrian was onto something. But there's a lot of youth in that wide receiver room when it comes to kind of asking advice or kind of like maybe going over film or find ways to take your game to the next level. Who is it that you go to for that?
Me and Terry, pretty much Terry. We text each other anything we have. Terry, Cam, Trey, whoever. If I feel he's doing it well and I'm not doing something well, it doesn't matter. It could be the new guys, the undrafted free agents that just came in, Isaiah and JJ. If they're doing it well, I ask them like, how you do that? Just stealing from everybody's game and molding it into my game. I feel like that's what I do.
It also comes to touchdown dances. We know you've had quite a few out there. They're a lot of fun to watch. Are those things that you kind of like build on during off the season as well? Are we going to see some new moves?
Yeah, I definitely got a couple. I stole some dances from Crow last year. Dominic Rogers Cromartie, he had a lot of dances, so he taught me a whole lot. So I'm gonna just steal a couple of his and just get a fan something to see. Give y'all guys some excitement when we get in the end zone.
Everybody's clamoring for that. They're so anxious to see how this offense comes together. Again, you got a lot of playing time as a rookie, and that's not typical. So there's a higher expectations this year. Do you feel that weight a little bit as well?
No, my coach in college, he kind of told me we had a saying. It was called "What's pressure?" Like we don't believe in pressure. There's no such thing. Just go do what you do. Don't worry about nothing else. If I know my assignment and I know what I have to do, I know my abilities will take care of the rest.
All right. So look, we're having to do all this with the COVID parameters and making sure that we're safe. I know you're from Houston. It's been kind of a bit of a hotbed during COVID. Is everybody in your family safe and good?
Yes, everybody is well. I think maybe one family member had COVID in Louisiana, but they're doing better now. They're doing okay. We pretty much stay safe for the most part.
All right, thanks. We appreciate your time. We've got all these beepers, so if we get too close to you, it's going to sound off and we have to go away. But since all of our meetings are through Zoom, we're good. We appreciate you taking time after practice. Looking forward to see what you're going to be bringing this season.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys.